The one person in NASCAR who had Cleetus McFarland's back just said he wasn't ready, and that's exactly why it matters. Dale Jr. hosts a podcast called the Dale Jr. Download. A few days after the Daytona disaster, he addressed the Cleetus situation directly. And before he even got to what happened at the race, he brought up something most people did not know about. Before Daytona, Cleetus had a test session at Rockingham Speedway. Dale Jr. watched it, and during that test, Cleetus got loose in turn 2 and crashed into the wall with his truck. Same kind of mistake, same kind of situation. Right there on the test track before the race ever happened, the warning sign was already flashing. So when lap 6 at Daytona arrived, and the exact same thing happened again, Dale Jr. was sitting there nodding his head. He said it himself, Cleetus busted his ass off the corner, which I figured might happen. If you watched his test at Rockingham, which I did, he busted his ass off turn 2 in a similar situation and got in the wall with his truck. The crash at Daytona was not a one-time bad night. It was a pattern, and Dale Jr. had already seen it coming. Now, let's talk about who Cleetus McFarland actually is, because this story only makes sense if you understand the guy. His real name is Garrett Mitchell. He runs one of the biggest car channels on YouTube, 4.6 million subscribers, and over 2 billion total views. He is the kind of person who tears the sleeves off his shirts, puts massive motors in things that should not have massive motors, and films all of it for the world to watch. His fans are not just NASCAR fans. They are car people, gearheads, thrill seekers, a whole world of people who had probably never watched a truck race in their lives before Cleetus showed up. He had also been working toward this NASCAR moment. Seriously, he ran 4 ARCA starts in 2025, 10th at Talladega, 9th at Charlotte, 17th at Bristol. He was learning, building his way up. And this race had even deeper meaning. He was racing in honor of Greg Biffle, NASCAR legend, close friend, and personal racing mentor who had died in a plane crash during the offseason. Cleetus showed up to Daytona carrying real weight. He qualified 12th. He was in the top 10 early. For a few laps, it looked like it might actually work. Then turn 4 happened. On lap 6, running around 10th on the inside, Cleetus got loose coming off turn 4. His truck started wobbling. He had nowhere to go. The number 4 Chevrolet spun sideways and slammed the inside wall with the driver's door, then ripped through the infield grass before stopping cold. He climbed out on his own, physically fine, but the race was over. 37th place. Last, the very first caution flag of the entire race. Outside the care center, Cleetus did not make excuses. He said, "Yeah, 100% my fault. Terrible mistake, man. It's impressive those guys can run 3 wide for that long. And when that thing stepped out, I just didn't have the ability to gather it up. So I wrecked myself." He was also frustrated he did not even get to learn anything. He said, "Last time I was here, I went 17 laps. This time, I'm like, please, let's stay in the race." That night, sitting alone in his RV watching the rest of the race on TV, he later described feeling like he was at the lowest of lows. Back to Dale Jr., because here is where his comments get really sharp. He did not blame Cleetus for being at Daytona. He said, "They cleared him, which is fine. NASCAR approved it, and Dale Jr. is not disputing that." But then he asked the real question out loud. Is he ready to race trucks right now? No. One word from someone who wants Cleetus to succeed. That is not a throwaway opinion. That is a verdict. But Dale Jr. did not stop there. And this is what separates his take from everyone else's. He did not just point at the problem. He went straight to the solution. He said, "If I was NASCAR, I would be doing everything I could to get him better. More ARCA races, more short track asphalt, real seat time in real race cars, not Crown Vic events, not fun runs." He said Cleetus could race the NASCAR Cars Tour, run the Triple Crown for late model stocks, anything that stacks up real racing experience fast. And then Dale Jr. said something that cuts straight to the core of the whole debate. He said, "If I was NASCAR, I would not be worried about creating content and making clicks. And how can we make a YouTube video that hits 2 million views? I would not worry about that. I would be making him a race car driver. He has got the clicks. They are coming. I would be trying to make him a race car driver." That is the whole argument in 2 sentences. The attention is already there. What is missing is the training. Dale Jr. even talked about watching Cleetus at Bristol in an ARCA car in the first 30 laps. He said you could tell from the way Cleetus was using the throttle that he was very, very inexperienced. This is not someone who has driven a race car around a short track at that level before. Crown Vic stuff is fun. It is not preparation for 3-wide racing at 190 miles per hour. He summed it all up by saying, "Cleetus needs a bigger library of experience. Every race you run, Every close call you survive, every mistake you make and recover from, that all goes into the library. When something scary happens on the track, your brain pulls from it instantly. Right now, Cleetus's library is thin, and Daytona proved it. Now, here is the number that changes the entire conversation. That race, the one where Cleetus crashed on lap 6 and finished dead last, averaged 1.387 million viewers. That is a 37% jump over the year before. The peak hit 1.604 million. It was the most watched Truck Series race since 2016. A 10-year record smashed. The field also had Tony Stewart making his first NASCAR start in nearly a decade, Travis Pastrana, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Frankie Muniz, and several Cup Series regulars. Big names. Everywhere. But veteran NASCAR personality Kenny Wallace made a bold call. He said, "I know for a fact who brought the most people. It was Cleetus McFarland. This guy is a phenomenon." His reasoning: Cleetus connects with a completely different audience. People who did not know what the Truck Series was. People who watch someone put an airplane engine in a go-kart and think, "Yeah, I want to see what that guy does at Daytona." Cleetus's own YouTube numbers backed it up hard. His in-car live stream of the truck race pulled over 426,000 views. His ARCA live stream the next day hit over 400,000. Both crushed the official race highlights by more than 4 times. Whatever your opinion is about whether he belonged on that track, the eyeballs he brought were undeniable. And about that ARCA race the next day, because Cleetus showed something important. He started 5th, ran inside the top 5. His team had a broken jack on pit road mid-race that dropped him